Gay Shark viewers, welcome. It's another episode with me, the Gay Shark, and today I'll be talking about a couple of things. Today we have, I'm just going to jump right in it, just dive right into my little rainbow sea. But anyway, we have a new character for Sesame Street. This character, her name is Lily, and she is just like me. Whenever I was growing up, she was poor. And what I mean by poor, as she's hungry most of the time. She's very thin, and as you can see, I'm not thin anymore. But then again, I was never really thin to begin with. This child, or Muppet, thing, critter, it, no. She's going to be their new spokesperson for hunger pains and being poor and not having any food to eat. Of course, there are some issues with this that I think that they should, steer clear of, and that is having the kid with its hand open and saying, "Please, I'm hungry," on the street. I don't think that that's the best way. I think the best way for them to get the thing across is for her to hide it from neighboring kids, and maybe like when she's at school or something, to sit here and say, if her friend isn't going to finish her lunch, being like, "Can I get that?" That sort of thing, because that's what normally happened to me whenever I was at school. Like a couple of friends of mine who I would sit with at the lunch table, if they didn't finish something like their pizza or something, and they still have bite marks, I'd take the little knife and of course cut it off and have them eat that. But I'd take that, eat that, because when I was growing up, we didn't get 3 meals a day, especially not in the summertime. Because you would get a half a bowl of cereal, and you'd get maybe a half a banana at lunch, and then dinner. That's the way it was whenever I was growing up, because we were poor. And to be poor, you had to sit here and pinch here and there. And, whenever I was getting clothes, my mom would make sure to get it 3 sizes bigger, so that I would be able to grow into them. So I would look so terrible. I'd have like this big shirt, and of course, it would look baggy on me, but within a couple of, not even like 6 months, I would be able to grow into it. But luckily for her, I grew into them quite well. I found out later in life that, of course, my metabolism is like a snail going up a steep hill on a rainy day. It doesn't go anywhere. Hence why I'm so big. But I really like this character. I just hope that they introduce a gay character along with her. To maybe piggyback the issue. But of course, Herman Cain is in the news. This is a great segue between it, because Herman Cain thinks being gay is a choice. Of course, he was on The View recently, and he's thinking, they asked him a very good question. It's like, will you separate your beliefs as a Christian versus the beliefs, would you separate your beliefs versus the, your ability to rule or something, because I forget the actual question. It doesn't really say here in the report because I can't see it. But of course, we've got issues with Obama, and now we've got Herman Cain saying, "Hey, it's a choice." There are plenty of scientific things out there that say gays don't have a choice in it, and most of them are being debunked by the Christians, saying, "Hey, that's not a very Christian report." Okay, it's not Christian because it's science, you moron. Anyway, of course we have issues with this. I have issues with most Republicans, like I do with the Koch brothers. And this is another segue into it. Koch brothers have recently been destroyed by Bloomberg. And it's a website, if you didn't know, Bloomberg.com, BLOOMBERG.com. And you can check out their extremely long but very detailed list of Koch's atrocities. And let's see, we have toxic waste, courtesy of the Koch brothers. Let's see, we have illegal Koch brothers Iran deal. They have fixed pricing. There's a pipeline apparently that's been leaking, and of course owned by the Koch brothers that they've been able to just let there and seep into the ground and destroy everything. Of course, they're ripping off taxpayers, which everybody knows, but no one's doing anything about. You know, and these people make me sick. And the reason I say they make me sick is because they're rich people. And they're not just any type of rich people. They're in the top 2%. And they make rich people look bad because these people are rotten, disgusting, cesspool critters. I mean, you can't even call them people because all they care about is money, money, and more money. And they literally held a couple of months ago, they held this thing where it's like, look, we will totally destroy Obama in 2012 because we have money. I'm sorry. I'm going to vote Obama. I'm not going to sit here and vote any Republican. Now, if a Republican wins the nomination and says, I'm for gay marriage, I'm for lowering taxes on the middle class and the poor, but increase taxes, and I don't mean just increase taxes on the rich. I'm talking increase payroll taxes. I'm talking increase other taxes on the rich, because you know what? The rich aren't being taxed like they should. Where we, the poor and the middle class, mostly the poor, are getting like 400% on our payroll taxes. When you sit here and you earn only, when you have a check that says $1,200 and they take $300 of it for taxes, that's I'm sorry. That's and the Koch brothers, they barely even get touched. Okay? Tax them a couple $1 trillion and the people will be happy. Keep taxing them until they have nothing left, or where the poor and the middle class equal out to the rich. Because here are the poor and the middle class, here are the rich. Everybody's down here, here's the 1% over here. We need to equal it out. Because you know what? No one is going to be able to afford this, because the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep dying and getting nothing. Like my neighbor recently, she lost her house because of all this petty squabbling and crap, and she's so poor that she can't get anything out of it. She's done lost her house. She lived in that house for 20-something years. Longer even. I mean, as long as, for how long I've been down here? 20-something years. But she's been in that house for even longer. And for her to be in the predicament that she's in, she can't recover. So, but that's the Koch brothers today. That's pretty much all the news today. Except for, you know, yesterday Obama came out and said, I'm working on it. I'm working on gay news. I'm working on getting people out there. I'm like, I'm just hearing Bush again. Okay? But then again, I'd rather sit here and not have the crazy white person or another crazy Republican in there. At least I'd have something with Obama versus, now if there was a better Democrat. What I mean by a better Democrat is I mean Bill Clinton. I would vote for Bill Clinton again. Okay? I want the Bill Clinton taxes back. I want a job. Because you know what? I bet you 10 to 1 if Bill Clinton could sit here and run again and we could have him, I would have a job within 2 weeks of him becoming president. Do you want to know why? Because people loved Bill Clinton. But of course, I mean, that's pretty much it for the day, you guys. And I hope you all are having a very nice day. It is Tuesday. And why don't you guys leave me a comment at the bottom telling me what you guys are going to be dressing as for Halloween. Of course, I want to be a weeping angel from Doctor Who. And if you don't know what that is, type it into Google search and check it out. Of course, it is one of the most scariest things ever, and it would freak my boyfriend out if I actually had, you know, the whole weeping angel thing. But, of course, I'm a little big for it, so I'll probably have to be like one of the rhino people. Or the big blue guy, I forget. But anyway, check out Doctor Who. Like my boyfriend and some of his friends, he did not watch Doctor Who like I did, and like every single week, I'm like, I need the crack. I need the Doctor Who. So anyway, I watched it. You guys should check out Doctor Who. I love it. Anyway, be good and be safe, and have a nice day, you guys.